Hey guys, welcome back to Odin La Rouge Mystic channel. We are at our Cartomancy lessons now, and I'm getting ready to show you guys the meanings of the individual cards. And I tried to write the lesson where I can give you guys just the meaning without combos, but it's kind of hard. I'm going to, because the thing is that sometimes you get lost in what you're trying to say and what you're trying to teach, but it just has to come out with the combos. But I'm just going to just give you the meaning, and then after that I will go into the combos. I'm going to do each suit, and then after that, I'm going to go into the combos. Let me talk to my Haitian viewers. Bonsoir tout le monde. Welcome to Odon La Rouge Mystique Channel. Et jodi a, mwen encourage nou pou al gade lot video mwen sou channel mwen a. E sa k fe mwen di nou pou nou subscribe. Paske lo subscribe nan channel mwen a, wap we jan leson yo vini nan leson sa jodi an. Parce que jodi a m'bal montre nou, m'bal ba nou e chaque kat vle di non lo ap fait 4 lan. Et puis j'en changé, si vous mettez la avec on l'autre, s'il vient à 2, tout bagay sa yo changé. Nous connaissons en Haïti, nous a fait 4 ans, nous faisons la avec on loi tout le temps. Et quel que soit si nous les lois tout bon, ou si nous les lois pour venir chita beaucoup de nous, pour venir expliquer dans leçon, bah ça a changé. Et en Haïti, il y a nous qui nous pratiquent, c'est à 32 cordes, 32 4. Et puis, c'est comme ça, moi-même, je me fait apprendre, c'est comme ça, je faire avec 32 4. Quand je fais là, tout 52 4. Et les plus bon, les ba un choix. Depuis on moun ba un choix, les plus bon pour parce que ou ka use souvle ça ou souvle ça. La plus bon pour. Jodi am bal ba nou e meaning yo. Chita al chercher yon plume avec yon papier so nou ka join mwen nan meanings yo. I was just telling my Haitian viewers that I wanted them to go and get a pen and a paper so they could get the lesson today, the meanings of what the cards mean. And I also shared, like I shared to you guys before in the other videos, about how in Haiti we're taught to use a 32 deck of cards to be able to do the readings. And in this case, we have the choice of either using 32 or 52. Also, it's never just the 32 that comes up all at one time. They're carried over. It's a little bit harder because you have to really pay attention to combos. And that's what I was just explaining them, that if you have a choice, then you're going to be able to see which one you want to use. If you want to use 32 cards, you want to use 52 cards. So it's up to you. And also how when we are doing it, we have the choice whether we want to use a spirit or if we want to just do it straight alone. One thing I am going to tell you is that actually it's never alone, because when you're spiritually charged and when you're spiritually adapted to where the spirit does come and do the reading with you, you'll be able to know, because you'll get a feeling of the presence that's there from that spirit. And the ones who understand this is that the more you do it as you go along, whether you're into spirits or not, you'll be able to see how over time you've developed that intuition feeling, that intuitive side of you where you're able to know what the meanings are with the flow, without stuttering, without confusion. That's how you'll know. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down for you guys so that you'll be able to see the cards, and we'll go from there. Please get your pen and your paper. Also, before I go further, let me say again, please subscribe to the channel so that way you'll be able to see where I'm at in the lessons and what video is what. Also, if you want to know more about me, and like I've said in my other previous videos, it's very hard for me every time to go, when I'm doing a new video, to tell you who I am. My name is Chris. I'm Hugo Chris. Okay, go to my website and you'll see at www.odonlarouge.com. You'll be able to get a biography, my services, what I do, what I specialize in, how much, so forth and so on. And also, if you subscribe to the channels, you'll be able to go with me along the way to be able to see what I'm all about, what I'm doing, whether it's candle work, lamp work, whatever the case may be. That lesson that's being taught at that time. Okay, so we're going to do the hearts first. Okay, and we're going to go ahead with the meanings. What I am going to do as well too is that if you're just beginning using cards and you're not aware of any of this that I'm doing, when you're doing an upright and reverse cards, the meanings change as you go along. Some of us are really good at connecting what they call neighboring cards to be able to tell if that card is negative or positive in the current situation. And then you got others who mark their cards. Sometimes I like to mark mine. I use a deck sometimes where I don't have them marked, and then I have a deck where they're, excuse me, they are marked. So once again, that's the choice. It's up to you. You'll know with me, I like to say choice because in this life, that's what, as humans, we are. We need to be able to have a choice or no choice. Here we go. Okay, I hope this is really clear. I'm going to check this out when I get done to see if it was understood, if it was clear for me, or if it's clear for you guys. If not, I'll do it again. You'll see with me is that I'm very eager to learn, eager to teach. That's just something that's natural for me. It's always been like that ever since a little boy. I don't think that as a spiritual leader, especially as a voodoo priest or the voodoo priestess, is that you let anybody depend on you on a situation as a crutch. It's not going to be good for you or for them in their future. Always be able to know that having a partner inside of a service or within a function is better than having somebody doing everything for themselves or for you. Okay, whereas you're showing somebody or you need help from somebody, but they don't know how to help you. That doesn't help you. You want somebody who you taught the stuff to be able to put it together with you so that you can have that flow. Okay, at any rate, let's get started. Okay, first, let me see. I think that the way I did this is good. What I'm gonna do is that as I do them, okay, I see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see as I go down it, I'll single it out so that we could see where we at in the center of it. So I'll put the card that I'm talking about in the center so you can see where I'm at. And see, the thing is with this is that you got to be able to teach anyone that's watching it or that's hearing it, because some of us are visual learners and some of us are audio learners. And with me, I like to see more than I hear, and that's because of my hairdressing career. You know what I'm saying? Everything is very practical for us. So within this, I'm gonna do it both ways, okay? And like I said, if I'm talking too fast or if I'm not, if you get it, if you don't, please leave me a message. And once again, like I said, I will do the video again where you can understand it, because either or, I want you to be able to get it. Okay, that's the whole point behind this whole thing. We're going to start with the Ace of Hearts. Ace of Hearts, basically in a lot of different cultures, it always pretty much means the same, but sometimes it changes, depends on where the card falls and what it falls with. So for now, I'm just going to let you know that the Ace of Hearts is home. Home, the love, the things that happen within a home. Okay, what if the person doesn't have a home and they have an apartment? Once again, you still go back. It's home. It's where that person rests. It's where that person lets their hair down. It's where that person is able to use as a sanctuary. Whoa, I like that, sanctuary, because it's also going to mean a place where a religious function is going on, or a place of where worshiping and ceremonies and sermons and stuff like that are being taught. So the Ace of Heart is the home card, okay? And if you doing upright and reverse, then if you turn it like this, whereas you see the heart is upside down, oh, I really hope this comes out clear. If you where you see the heart is upside down, then it could mean that the person, the home, the personal matters, things that happen within a home and apartment, that's not what the case is at the time. It may be some problems going on at there, or the person may be in transition within that area, whether it be religious studies, whether it be worshiping, whether it be home. Something's not right in that area. Okay. One thing before I go further, sorry, I want to be able to let you know that what hearts are. Hearts is the part of the reading where it deals with the emotional love life, the feelings, the harmony and stuff like that within somebody's personal life or that person's emotions. Also, hearts is our water element. Okay, for those of us who are familiar with the elements earth, air, fire, and water, we know what those mean. We know that, especially in astrology, that our hearts also fall into the water signs, which is the Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Okay, you will know that these people usually are very artistic, they're very emotional, and sometimes they're very shy. Now, once again, if you do upright and reverse, if you see a lot of the court cards, the king, jack, and queen, who may be talking about the person who's getting the reading, sometimes it's talking about their other side of them, the side that may not be so emotional, the side that may not be so compassionate. You know, that's what it tells us. Okay, so do understand that there is a lot more that comes with this. The heart is just that inner side of that person, or it's the way at the reading, it's where the emotion lies, whether this person cares about what they're going through, whether they don't care, whether they care about who they're with or who they're not, their family. How much of this is the person concerned? Okay. All right, so let's go to the twos. Okay, I use the twos in many different ways. It all depends on what the reading is about and what the client is looking for, or what it is that they want from the reading. Twos, once again, is a couple, somebody working with you, somebody living with you, somebody that you're in love with, somebody that you're in a relationship, somebody that you're married to. Twos connected with other couple cards, you'll be able to know if it's a relationship or not. I also use the two sometimes if the reading requires somebody to know timings. I can say 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. Once again, like I said, everybody uses the cards differently, and in that particular situation where the person needs timing, I would use the twos to be able to see what is going on and what's for that person within the next few weeks to be able to come. Okay, so now we got that. Okay, and also it could also mean a little child, or also a domestic pet. Basically, the domestic pet is, your cat, your dog, the animal that it is that you're caring for. It will be able to let us know what is going on with that individual, or the dog, or the cat, or the pets, as well as timing. Okay, three is, oh, let me do that again for you before we go on. Remember how I said to if you're not able to figure out whether you're doing up or down, which is upright or reverse, get yourself a little Sharpie. Okay, I have decks where I have done this, and I have decks that I don't, because I'm able, and I'm talking to the person who's not able to, I'm able to tell whether it's up or reverse, not just by my neighboring cards or my sandwich cards. Just to let the ones who don't know what that means, neighboring cards mean the cards that fall on the top, bottom, or front or back of that situation, or the sandwich is where the cards meet on top and the bottom, just like two pieces of bread and then a slice of bologna. Okay, so all those things you will learn as you get older and get better at it. You could take yourself a little Sharpie, and if you're very particular or very how can I say it again, picky as to what you do, how you want your cards to look, you can get yourself either a black marquee, or you can get yourself a red marquee. So for this one, this is a new deck of cards. So I'm gonna mark my hearts with a red marquee, okay, so that I can tell if it's up or down. Okay, so this helps the person who is just learning, and you need to be able to know up and down. So remember when I said about the ace, right? This is up, right? Okay, so this will be reverse. If you don't know, if you're not able to do it like that and you need the extra help, just go ahead and go like this at the corner of your left hand side. Okay, just do a dot. You see something very small like that. You see what I did right there? Okay, or if you want to, you could put it like this. It all depends on you. You see, you and you only will know that's what that means. So once again, you want to do it on the left hand side, upside down of that card. Okay, so you be able to know. They always associate left with left with negative, so that's why I went ahead and did left side up. Okay, we did our twos, we had our threes. Okay, the three of heart is the way somebody communicates to you within their situation. Remember when we did the numerology, I was saying 1 plus 1 equals 2, 2 plus 1 equals 3. That's why I encourage you to look at the video before, because you'll be able to take your notes and see where I'm at. This one is talking about 2 plus 1. Okay, whereas I said that either the 2 plus 1 could be a mother with child, or 3 could mean 2 people plus 1, or 3 can mean religiously the Holy Trinity and stuff like that. See, if you look at this 3 right here, it's upright. You see the 2 hearts, that's up, and then if you turn it around this way, you'll see only just 1. So this is the greater side of the card. Okay, so I'm going to turn this card up like this, well, up like that, and then I'm going to put the little dot on the corner. That's going to let me know that it's the reverse part of this. Okay, so I'm going to put it right back down here, and we're going to talk more about the 3 of heart. The 3 of heart is that person that tells you, or the time where you at in a situation where the person is telling you how they feel about a particular situation, or how they feel emotionally towards you. It's a type of love conversation, an emotional conversation, compassionate kind of situation, feeling, speaking from the heart. Okay, type of conversation. This will also be great when you get your neighboring cards, or your sandwich cards, where you'll be able to see that this is a couple that's talking about something that is very, very dear to their heart, or if you're talking to a family member that is concerning emotional feelings, or how you care about a situation. Okay, so it talks about things like that. It's the emotional side of a situation. If you want to just summarize it and just say pleasant words, love. Okay, when it's up, tell the person how you feel. Okay, now when you turn it over and you do the reverse, this is that person that needs to learn how to use tact when they're talking to you. Okay, they're not able to tell you, okay, at how to talk to you without either putting you down, or they you just need to be fragile at this time when you're saying this stuff, because you can hurt the person if you don't say it right. You can make it worse. So it's basically just use tact when you're talking, so that the person understands that you're not being mean. You're just trying to tell them that what is going on with this situation, is it for the better or for the worse? It really does make a difference, especially if it comes up with other cards that have to do with your relationship with somebody. Okay, so let's put that back here. Now we're gonna do our 4. Remember, we were talking about in the other videos, I told you what 4s represent. Before we go any further, even for us advanced readers and stuff like that, 4s, you do have to kind of make a mark above it, unless you space your cards out. Or if you're doing your neighbors, or if you're doing your sandwich cards, you'll be able to know if the 4 of heart is negative or positive. So let's go ahead and put the dot on the top part of the card. Or if you want to, like I said, do my style, you could just do the little dots over the negative part, so you'll know that this is upside down, or if it's other. Remember, left side, okay? And then just do your 2 dots right there, so you'll know that you're talking about the negative part of the situation. Here it goes. Okay? And 4s. 4s talk about our stability. 4s is actually a very beautiful card because it talks about transitioning. Okay? Let me go back to the numerology as far as certain things are concerned. Remember, 4 talks about stability. It talks about the home, the foundation that you have created. Now, here we go. If we go back to the ace, remember the ace, the home card. Also, the ace of heart could also mean love letters. It could mean romance, things like that, marriage. But once again, like I said, one card that falls down, it doesn't necessarily mean just that meaning. It's easier to be able to tell what the situation is about when it has another following behind it. Okay, so if we had the 4 right here, and there goes the heart together. I said I wasn't going to do this, but you see, I'm just saying you don't. That would let me know that either you just moved into a home, or if the situation is at the home. The 4 of heart is going to represent new home, a move. Or if you take this 4, you as the reader, and you associate it with the home, the apartment, okay? Remember, the bed, the couch, all those things that happen or that is at a home, you'll know that this stuff that's going on with that person. This is where we at. This is what we're talking about, is at the home situation. Okay? So now let's see how we can do the reverse. Okay? The 4 talks about a move with hearts, a building of a home, or it also talks about furniture without no electricity. Okay? It also talks about the couple's bed. You know what I'm saying? So it lets you know that this is home. Okay? 4 of the heart reverse, it could be some delays. Things that were supposed to be going on, that you were supposed to be moving, it's stalled right now, or maybe you need something else to be able to go and get the apartment or get the house, or maybe you're not financially ready, and so the move has to wait for a little while. That's what that would be able to tell you, especially if it comes in a sandwich. You'll be able to know, and it has money cards around it, you'll be able to know that this is what's going on with the individual. 4 also, it can talk about bad news that's people that's bringing you. You understand what I'm saying? Things that you thought was going to make a situation stable Unfortunately, right now, it's not happening. So I would just put four of heart is move to a new home, a situation that's new, a situation that requires more stability involved in the current situation at hand. Okay, so here we go to our five. Five is not another card that needs to be dotted, but once again, if you are just starting out and you need to be able to tell the difference from up and down, you could go ahead and dot it. But go ahead and turn it the opposite way because that's where the two hearts is the less. That's how you be able to know if it's five positive or five negative because there's only two up. Five is not two. Five is for three plus two. So take your card, turn it upside down, and put the dots. Once again, for those who want to be fancy and stuff, put your dot here. You see? Five hearts. And this is the positive side of it. Okay? Okay, five of heart. Five of heart is about making decisions and plans. Once again, remember numerology where I told you that changes, movements, and stuff like that. Sometimes the cards, you see the number, but it doesn't mean that at that time. Okay? The five of hearts lets us know that there's a lot of jealousy floating in the air. We have jealous people around us. The situation at hand is out of jealousy, is a vindictive. People that think that you're always better off than they are. Those are what I call the haters, the energy vampires. These are just people that just don't like you for whatever reason or the other. Sometimes you don't have to do anything for people to dislike you. Sometimes because you're at peace, people will dislike you. Sometimes because you have a strong personality, people will dislike you. You know, or you have a lot of energy, people will dislike you. But if that's how you are in nature, the reader is going to be able to pick that up as well. Because, for instance, if I see that you're above a couple and you're not the one in that relationship, I'm going to be able to know that you are one of the people that is jealous of the couple or you're jealous hearted as with the situation. And sometimes these people don't even have to tell you nothing about it. You just don't like them. Okay, so that's for that person that's out there. It's about the decision making. It's about, what it is that you want for yourself. Okay, now reverse. Well, this is reverse. Okay, yeah, reverse. That tells me that right now you're thinking about a decision that you have to make about a certain situation, but it's kind of difficult for you to pinpoint exactly what it is at that time that you want to decide. Okay? So if that card comes in a sandwich where you're asking me, or I'm telling you that you need to make a choice whether you go with A or B or C or D, that's going to let me know right there that your mind, you can't make up your mind. Once again, with the changes or the movement, you see how it goes back to the numbers? It's always going to be about that, the way how you connect to them. Always, no matter what. Okay? Let's go to our six. Now six, you don't have to make a dot with that as well. But for those of us who are not, like I said, there yet, and you need to make a mark, go ahead and make a mark. Let me make my mark for you guys so you can see. So let me show you how the six is upright or down. You see where the 4 sixes are at? And then you see those other twos that are up? This will let you know right here that the 6 is negative because that's the side with the lesser hearts. So go ahead right now and at that corner put your dot, and then if you, like I said, you want to get fancy, go ahead and put the 2 dots or the heart. Okay? Now you know that that's reversed. Upright is the greater side, which is where the 4 at. So that 4 is closer to 6. Okay? Six's hearts is help. You're getting help either from somebody, either from people, either from a situation, or it's that person that just came out of nowhere and decided to help you. Okay? And you weren't even expecting it, it just came. And you can also say a good Samaritan, somebody that just helped you. You wasn't even thinking about it, or you didn't even know. You could be struggling and you need to ask somebody to help you. A lot of times, this is when we need to put our pride to the side and allow that person to come in to be able to help us without thinking that they're going to reapproach us or that they want something from us. This is a really good card sometimes too when it comes with business cards, because it will let me know as the reader is if to know if your business is struggling or not. If you need to go and get assistance to help you or your business. If you need help from somebody else, for me to be able to see if they will help you or not. So you see, sometimes the heart, it doesn't really talk about love. It doesn't really talk about emotion. It talks about practical things as well too. Once again, it all depends on where you're at in the reading. If it's the neighboring cards, if it's a sandwich card, it'll be able to tell me. Now, Six of Heart reverse is you're not able to get help. You're not able to get help. No one's able to help you. You're not able to get assistance. You just can't at the moment, because you're not at that point right now where you're able to receive help. Whether it's you that don't want it or whatever the case may be. Like I said, neighboring cards will be able to let me know, or my sandwich cards be able to let me know if that's the case with you. Okay? Now, our sevens is another card that we really don't have to dot. But like I said, for us of those that need to dot it, go ahead and you see where the 5 is at right there. You see the greater side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Turn it around and you see where it's just 2. Go ahead and dot your corner at the left hand side, or if you want to get fancy, do your dots on the 2 things right here. Like I said, remember, choices, choices, choices. Do whatever makes you feel right. Like I said, I'm using a red Sharpie. If you want to, you could use a black Sharpie. It's up to you. Okay? 7 of Heart is the doubt card. 7 of Heart is that one when you know that you can't trust your partner in the relationship. That person is always giving you a reason to say, is he telling me the truth? Is she telling me the truth? Or it could be a situation where you feel like the person is not being honest with you. This person is very untrustworthy, or the situation is untrustworthy. Okay? There's jealousy around it. Okay? It's also somebody who breaks promises. This person is always saying, I promise I'll be there. I'll promise I'll do that. And then boom, they break it again. This card is for that person who's always saying, I promise, or who's, you get that gut feeling every time they talk about, because they're unreliable. And sometimes this doesn't mean that you're talking about a bad person or that's the case. It just has to be this particular situation. This is what they're doing. Or it could be a program that you're attending, or people that you need to help you. It's just a situation that's unreliable. And once again, if this comes up, like say for instance with the 5 of Heart, remember we were talking about the 5 of Heart, where the 5 of Heart was about the jealous people or the jealous situation. This is what will confirm it. This is what will confirm it for us, is that's what's going on with that person or with that situation. Okay? Once again, neighboring cards will tell us what is causing the doubt. What's the reason why we're saying I just can't trust it? Something is just telling me that it's wrong, that it's not right. This card is going to be able to tell you what exactly is it that you're having the doubts about. and whether you could trust this person or not. And you know, sometimes some of these cards, because they're negative cards, sometimes if you turn it over, they actually are worse. With this particular card, that's not one of these cards. This card is negative at regardless. But if it's sandwiched or if it's with a neighboring card, it can counteract it, meaning that it can cancel out that negativity and just tell you sometimes that maybe it's your mind playing tricks on you, or everything's gonna be okay. Maybe it was for the best that the person broke the promise with you, or they made you doubt them in that situation because they gave you a clear way for you to be able to do what you have to do. Remember also in the other videos that I tell you what may be able to be helpful for somebody may not be helpful for that person. Just, that is what it is. Once again, you know, you see how I'm flowing with you and I'm telling you the meanings of this, and it wasn't always like that. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? There was a time where I was on the other side of the table, and I was the one that was looking for the information and needed the information from my other teachers or whatever else it was. It wasn't so easy to come out, and that's what you need to understand. One of the biggest accomplishments as a reader, especially to let you know that you're on the right path, is when you know these meanings without struggling. You know them by heart. They're in your mind. You don't even need to stutter because it comes out. You're able to relate with it. And this is what this is. Especially it was for me, being the priest that I am. I need divination. I can't do anything for you, especially when it calls for a higher opinion without my cards. My cards is going to be able to let me know either if I'm able to help you or not, or for me to be able to tell you to look on the other side of the situation that is being dealt with at the moment. Okay, so enough chatter with that. Let's go down to the 8 now. Okay, the 8 we're gonna need to dot. Okay, this one is definitely one where, you know, if even us advanced readers, as a matter of fact, oh wow, look at that! I just came up with something. I just saw something. You don't have to mark it if you advance with either, because I just saw 5. You see what I'm saying? As if you pay attention, you learn even as you when you think that you know and so I just saw that. I didn't see because I wasn't before. I never saw this separation. There is a separation here. This here goes the 8s, the 5s right here. You see the 5 8s right there? That's close to the 8. Look at the 3. You see the 3 how they down? That would be the other side of the 8. So I'm glad that I saw that because I didn't see that before. Or sometimes it could be that yes, I saw it before, but I'm not looking for it. But at that time, as I'm showing you guys, I'm looking for it as a way to tell you whether you need to mark it or not. So we're gonna still mark it for those who are still in learning. Go ahead and put your dot here on the left, and then put your 3 dots, the 3 ones on the where the 3 is at. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, yeah. For a minute I thought, wait a minute, I did the wrong. Okay, so dot, dot, dot. Okay. Now, the 8 is not a bad card either. Okay? The 8 talks about visitors. The 8 talks about invitation to a family function or a religious function or just somewhere that we're going. Whether it's we're going to go visit somebody or somebody's coming to visit us. But it's news about someone coming from a distance, or it also could be a phone call. Once again, that's how I was telling you about the sandwich or the neighboring cards. It's going to let me know if this is somebody that's trying to contact you, whether you're going to them or they're coming to you. It's going to let me know if it's a spiritual retreat, because it's going to show me other cards that are connected to it. So for the 8 of Hearts, just put a visitor or visitors, news about somebody that's coming from long distance, or it's a religious function. Once again, another way you're going to be able to see that if it's a religious or a family reunion, whatever, you're going to get a lot of court cards, meaning a lot of people cards are going to be around this 8. So you're going to know whether they going to something or they coming from something or they need to attend something. Okay? So now if it's reverse, it's still, to me, it's not a bad card. It just depends on what's around it. It could be a cancellation of the function that you were going to. It could be that you're not going to be able to travel at that time. Like you thought you were going to be able to visit somebody or somebody coming to visit you. It just can be a delay in the plans. Once again, other cards would tell us why is it negative, why you're not able to go, or why the function is canceled, or whether it's personal or impersonal. It's going to let us know. Okay, so that's your 8. Now the 9, this is another card that's not going to be needing dotting, but you could dot it as well. Once again, what's greater towards 9? Okay, which is 5. Okay, you see the 5 hearts up, and then right here you see the 4. That's going to let you know whether it's closer to 9 or less than 9. So go ahead and put your dot on your left hand side of the 9 that shows the less hearts. Now once again, you got to be looking for it now. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 right there, and then put your dot right there at the corner, and then you got your 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the opposite of that. 9s, even though it's a simple card, it was a card that was extremely hard for me in the past for me to understand, because I kept forgetting that one thing that they always said about it. And it was just like, that's the wish card. That's the goals card, the desires. It's what the person wants. I don't know where along the line that I got confused where I thought that it had something to do with love or a baby or something like that. I just couldn't get it. But it's the wishing cards. It's the dreams. Also spiritually, this will let me know if you're being connected spiritually with dreams. Okay? Visits from your ancestors or your spirits. Dreams that maybe you had that you didn't understand. So you came to get the reading to see if that dream would come up and what it is about the dream that you need to be clarified about. Okay? 9s come up good, especially when you got marriage cards, relationship cards, even financial cards. Yes, we all want, or we all wish, or we all want to be able to have extra money or a better paying job. We all wish for things like that. We wish to have a better boyfriend or a good girlfriend or a husband or a wife. All these things we wish for. But when when the card comes upside down, like that, unfortunately, it's going to be some delays at that point. Like I said, neighboring cards, sandwich cards will be able to tell us what and where it is that it's and why it's not going to happen, or what's the reason why it's going to be stalled, the plans, the desires, which may take some time to come. So it all depends on what, like I said, the sandwich cards, the one cards. I've noticed sometimes I read other books and it used to say, it says upright and then it says reversed. And then it would give you a whole different other meaning. That way was kind of hard because it can get confusing, especially if you're just learning. But I understand now why they do it. I just couldn't understand then why they do that. But the 9, once it's connected once again with numerology, it's going to let me know where in the love life that you are, or where is it that your dreams and wishes and desires are. Because once again, remember, 9 is the accomplishments cards. It's the our goals reaching card, to be able to tell us where we at and what it is that we need to do to complete the situation to finish it so that we can get to 10. So nines are good. They're high numbers as well too in a reading. It shows somebody that's completing or accomplishing what it is that they wanted, where it is, whether it's business, love, financially, stability, all those other kind of stuff. The nines are really good cards to have in a reading. Okay? So for Nine of Heart reverse, just put some delays in personal plans. Your desires and wishes may take time to come. And that's it. Once again, I also encourage too the ones who are learning and who are not good at their meetings like that. Try to stick to one set of readings, meanings, because when you do that, you're going to be able to remember them easier and safely, meaning that you're not going to keep torturing yourself for what whose meanings are right, whose meanings are wrong. Just learn a set of meanings that you're comfortable with so that you'll be able to memorize them and go on and attach them from there. Because especially with me, I have to look at my meanings from a spiritual side and also a practical side without the spiritual being involved. Because not everybody that comes to me is going to need help from me from my priest side. Okay? Everybody that comes to me is not going to be into voodoo. Okay? Everybody's going to be is not going to need the assistance of my spirits for them to be able, or the assistance of their spirits to be able to help them. It's just that this is their human side. This is their life. Then what they control is. So I know that my Haitian viewers are probably saying, hey, what happened to my meanings? Once again, you see how I get carried away what I'm teaching. It's hard for me sometimes to go back and forth. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another set of meanings that's just going to be in Creole for my Haitian viewers to be able to understand what's going on here. But I hope that if they are watching, they're able to understand what it is that I'm doing. 10 is going to be one of those cards. Let me make sure before I say it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 10 is going to be one of those cards that, you know, especially my new learners are going to need to dot, because you can't tell the difference between whether it's up or down, because both sides have 5. That also makes sense too if you think about it, as how when I was talking about the numerology side of things, completion. That card is completed because it got both sides to it. 5 here, 5 there. It's done. It's the last card in the numbers. So that's why you have to put the dot on the side that you want to be negative about. I hope this is very clear for you guys, because it is a lot of work, and it wouldn't bother me to be able to do it over again, but I just want to be able to know that I'm explaining it and I'm teaching it to you guys very clearly. Very clearly. Because, like I said before, what may be clear to me may not be clear to you. What may be clear to somebody else may not be clear to you. I'm going to start talking about these people right now, and then it's going to be done. The Jack and the Queen and the King. Once again, these are my water sign people. These are my Scorpios. These are my Pisces. These are my Cancers. And I know these people personally. These people with these signs. And I'm very close with somebody who's a Cancer. And she fits the meaning completely. Okay? She's very motherly. She is a mother. She's very motherly. She's very compassionate. She's very loving. She's definitely the stay-at-home mom. Okay? And even though she does work with the sick people. She is a nurse. She, is cares for people. And that's just what she is. And that's exactly who the Queen of Hearts is. I skipped the Jack. Damn. Okay. But the Queen of Hearts is your Cancer. Okay. But you could also consider her to be the woman with the blonde hair as well. Or she has light hair. Okay. She's a little bit older. Okay. I always say my queens and kings, they're people that go from 35 years old and up. I use my jacks for the people that's under 35 years old and younger. So unless that jack changes from suit to suit, each suit is different because each jack matures as they grow. It depends on what sign they are and where they are in their life. Everybody is not going to be a queen that comes to you, whether she is of age, because her maturity level or the way she processes things is completely different from what you know for a queen to be. Okay? Um, these people are water signs, like I said again. And if you go to your astrology and you go online and you do the research as far as when something says predominantly water in the chart, you'll see why. They are the people that cry. And that doesn't mean that a Aquarius won't cry or a Leo or an Aries won't cry. It's just that these people also, they're very shy at times too. They're very humble people. They're not aggressive. And when they are aggressive, with reason. So they're not easy, one of those people that's going to pop off and be like, mm-mm. They're going to be at their limit if that happens to you. And the thing is that they always trusting. They're always trusting until if these people give up on you, they're done. It's a wrap. They've tried every way to say, you know what? I've worked with you. I've stuck by you, and this is what you've done. So the Queen of Heart is, you could look and you could see the basic meaning is these people have light hair, blonde hair, light browns. But what if there's a black woman that comes in and the Queen of Heart falls for her? That may fall for her because that black lady may be a Cancer. She may be a Pisces. She may be a Scorpio. Okay? She's going to fall under the water sign. I'm going to know that's her. Whether she's black, Spanish, Haitian, white. I'm going to be able to know. So that's why sometimes when I see they say that she's a woman with blonde hair and older and stuff like that, I say, but wait a minute. What happened to my other woman? What happened to my ethnic, my Africans, my ethnic women, my Spanishes, my Haitians, my Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, whatever? Where are they? So that's why when I'm doing my readings and it's time for me to choose who I'm reading for, it's like that, I leave it. Okay? And I look at that person. But see, the thing is with me is because I'm so used to doing it, that's going to let me know who that person is there automatically. I'm going to be able to know, once again, with my neighboring cards, who she is and what she's about. If she's the one getting the reading or if she's doing the reading for somebody else. Okay? But for those of us who, like I said, I've done told you like the good side of her, the bad side of her. Go ahead and put your dot on the left hand side of it so that you could be able to see whether it's reverse or whether it's upright. Also, if you, the queen too, okay, this is for people too that look at to where the queen is facing. The queen is facing, for me, the left side, okay, which means if it comes up in a spread where it's rows like this, she's looking towards the past. Okay, so in a situation where we need to see where this person is falling in the spread, if she falls within the spreads with the oh god, this is so hard sometimes. If it's a spread that's going across or vertically, I'm going to be, or horizontally, I'm going to be able to see if this is a person who looks towards, who is stuck in the past or is looking at a situation that happened already, or is to where she's falling at because of the way she's looking. Or if she is the mother of another child or a husband or wife of that person, if once again I'm a reader that pays attention to directions. Because in the Queen of Spades and the Queen of Clubs, she's looking at a different direction. So does that mean that if I'm reading for a lesbian couple, am I supposed to say that just because the one of them are looking to the left or to the right, one is engaged in a relationship or not, or one is no, that's not, I can't do it that way because they both could be looking that way. Which is, if I'm one of those readers that say, okay, these two cards mean that these women are together, this is how I'm gonna know that they're together. They're looking in the same direction. They are different because they could be born in different times or because of the color. Once again, that's why I said whatever's comfortable for you, you have a choice to where you want to dissect it. And also that comes with time as well. So put your dot there. And I don't know how I skipped the jack. I know how I skipped it because I was getting ready to tell you guys about the differences in the jacks and the maturity levels for you to, and also to see what sex it was and how I learned how to do that. That's why I skipped the jack. Because one day I remember perfectly, I was sitting there and I was looking at my cards and I noticed that the cards, when you look at them very, very clearly, you're gonna see each jack is different. And what I want you to do is, if you're watching and you want to know what I'm talking about, go to your jacks and pull them out. Okay? You're going to see how each of your jacks, their coats are different. They're looking different ways. There's two of them that's looking towards the future to the right, and there's two of them that's looking towards the past. And they all different in their own unique way. And that's where I also learned that in that book I was telling y'all in the last video, from the book that I was telling you from the 1893 book, I was looking at it and I was like, oh, okay, it was talking about the different jacks and how they're different in nature and in astrology, numerology, and in color, and in what it is that that particular jack is about. And then I looked at the jacks and I'm looking at them, and if you look at them straight inside the card, you're going to be able to see certain different characteristics about each one of them. That's how I'm able to see if this is a female or if it's a male that's being talked about. It's the features in the cards. If you look at them, some of them, well, you only could see this one for now, but you'll see that some of them have, let me go to where I've noted this so I could say it right. The Jack of Hearts, he's holding like a little leaf in his hand, okay? And he has an axe in his right hand. And if you look at, if the left or his right, let's say for instance because the way I'm looking at it, it's like his left hand is holding the leaf and his right hand is holding the axe. So I looked again and then I saw on the top it had four little dots above it, right underneath his hair. Okay? And then I saw how his hair is flipped back on the bottom. Now, if you go back into the history of the playing cards, you're going to see that these things, the way the guys wore their hair and stuff like that, not too similar to the way the girls wear their hair. So that doesn't mean that it's a confusion between boy and girl because the guy decides to get a feminine hairstyle. It doesn't mean that at all. It just, you'll be able to see the way it distincts from each other. So I dissected the card and I went And I said, okay, I see. Why is this doing this? Why is it doing this? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to. It looks like the camera's going back and forth, back and forth. I hope that this is not the case. Guys, I'm sorry if this is the case. I don't know what's going on with this at the moment. I don't know if that's the resolution. Okay. Um, Sorry about that, guys. Uh, he's he gets like a four-leaf clover, which is like a little club, and then he got four circles on the bottom of his top hand side, and then his mustache, and then his hair is curled on each side of his cheek. Okay, and then he has like little squares and diamonds. He got the clubs here. So if you look at it, it's like he got almost a certain identity of each suit within his jacket. But you got to look very carefully. And that one particular day, I said, Chris, don't lose this opportunity to write this down to show the difference within these jacks. And that's how I was able to see. But at any rate, my jack of hearts is my Pisces. Okay? That's my dreamer. Once again, go into your zodiac and see what the Pisces is about, and you'll be able to get your answer zodiac wise. Number wise, he's an 11. Okay? And once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So now we at double digits. If we add together, 1 plus 1 is a 2. That's where we see that his maturity level, because it's a low number, lets us know that he hasn't or she hasn't developed enough emotions and feelings to be able to say, okay, I've been through certain things, to say that, okay, because he has endured or she hasn't endured certain things, that he's less mature. This is our growing jack. This is our jack that goes through the different stages of life. He's going to be younger of the jacks just because of his number, and then the sign, the Pisces sign in it, where is this to him? That daydreamer type of person, that person that's kind of still naive to certain situations, or they just don't know how to function emotionally. And if they do, they cry a lot. They overthink things. When they fall in love, it's like, it's so hard for them to be able to say, okay, look, I just don't know how to tell you, or I don't know. They're very just emotional. It's so hard for me to explain, because it's one of those things that you have to learn over time about them. And once again, I've come into contact with these people, especially Pisces people, and this is how they are. And once they shut down, it's kind of hard to get them back up. And so even though they are emotional and they're thoughtful and they got these good sides to them too, but sometimes you can crush them as well too if you don't take your time with them, because they kind of go up and down. And once again, it's because that immaturity that they have about them. Also, jacks are messengers. They in the beginning, in the centuries and stuff like that, they were used as thing called knobs as well too, which was the definition of a man in certain countries, and in French meanings as well. They can be either male or female, but certain systems, they're considered just males. And the reason why I say like the Jack of Hearts is has both female or male is because of that growth. You don't know what you're going to get once they start growing, or even when they show up and the woman is pregnant. We don't know at that time what it is, and especially as a professional reader and stuff like that, it's not a good idea to do that to somebody, to tell them whether they having a boy or a girl. Even if they ask you, you just could tell them that, you know what, I'm gonna let God be able to tell you that. Don't do that to them, because if you're mistaken, they're gonna say, oh God, that reader told me that. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Just tell them, I would like for you to, I want to hold that for you, to be able to have that happiness at that time, that joy. So whether you're having a boy or girl, I don't want to take that away from you. You know, tell them something as to why you can't tell them. Okay? And just be honest. Just tell them that you would rather a doctor tell them, or just be able to either wait in dreams to be able to find out whether it's a boy or a girl. The negative side to this person is that they could be very clingy. Okay, they're very clingy, very needy, codependent. Once again, once they shut down, they shut down. They're pretty much done. It's hard for them to get themselves back up. I've, like I said earlier, I've known some of these people, and I've known them in relationships, and they could be psychotic too. Sometimes they get this enraged, stalker, jealous type of thing going on with them, and they'll make your life a living hell, especially if you get one that's still trying to grow. Yeah, they will make your life a living hell. But if you use your jacks as messengers, also this is a message that somebody's coming to bring you. This person is the one who's coming to bring you the message, because they are our messengers. This Jack, he's our messenger of the thoughts of emotional love and family situations. So he's the one that's going to come to you and tell you that this is what's going on with the family. This is what's happening. I don't know how to tell you. So that's the Jack, if that's what he is. If the person says, I don't know who that is, I don't know, you tell that person that this person is going to call you, or this person's going to come and bring you a message, whether it's in your office, whether it's at your school. This person is going to be telling you something emotional, something that you need to hear, something that you need to know, that's in that department. Guys, I've reached the hour again. I hope that you guys were able to understand what I'm saying, and you've got your meanings. I've discussed the element with you. I've discussed the characteristics. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't do my king. Okay, my king right here is my pastor. That's my father. That's anybody that's your grandfather. In the Haitian voodoo reading, that's my Dambala. That's my my loving godfather. That's somebody who's been through life and who are just set in his own ways. Okay? He could be a priest, a pastor, a houngan, which means a voodoo priest. He could be a counselor. It's somebody that's going to give us advice on a situation. He's also our Scorpio. And once again, water is predominantly in his chart. And that's why I said to you that he's going to be somebody that's emotionally connected to you. He could be a person that's in the profession of healing, a doctor. He's going to be also a teacher, somebody that is going to teach you things. He's going to be either Obatala as well in Santeria. Also, within his clothes as well, if you look closely, you're going to see his outfit is different, which is also going to tell you the humbling part of him is that to make him why he is the wise old grandfather, or that old spirit of the universe, and that priest, that pastor, and that counselor. Why is that in his department? If you want to say, like how we were talking about the light here, the dark here, whatever, he's going to be our grayish guy, light blonde. Um, he's gonna have gray in his hair because he's gonna be the person that ages a little bit more than the other ones do. The other ones are a little bit more aggressive than he is. That doesn't mean that you're gonna sit up here and take him for granted, because I'm gonna tell you the thing about these people, that when they're good, and I know people like this as well, they're gonna be harder and very mean to you once you upset them. Very mean, because they're so humbling. They're going to be extremely hard on you because they have spoken to you in so many different ways for you to be able to understand them, and you didn't. You choose to either ignore them, you choose to either embarrass them, or you just don't give a damn because you feel like you know more than they do. And that's not the case. Our kings have lived this life, whether they're good or bad. They're gonna be these people that's gonna be in authoritative situations. They're gonna be your leaders. They're gonna be your entrepreneurs. They're gonna be the ones that's gonna control, because that's their nature. That's the dominant side of the queen. And this is who they are. Learn these the same way you see how I'm teaching them to you. You see how I'm teaching them you from where I'm saying that I know people like this, I know people that fit this. It's because I've lived with these people. I functioned with these people. So I know who they are. So when I was going through my lessons and of trying to figure out the meanings of my card, these people were jumping out at me. So that's how I'm able to tell you who these people are so intensely. And you can tell that it's somebody who knows, because I know who these people are. I know who they are. That doesn't mean that every Scorpio that comes in here, he's going to be light skinned, blonde hair. So, no, 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 no. That's not the case at all. Just like I was telling you about the queen. But astrologically wise, I'm going to know that this is somebody who is in the water sign. Okay? I'm going to know that this is some type of leader, or he's a father. You understand what I'm saying? Because of that suit. And that he is somebody that's connected to this person's family. Or this is somebody that you've connected to emotionally. It's going to come up. You're going to see, as you learn, you're going to see exactly what it is I'm talking about these type of people. Once again, I'm Huga Chris. I hope that I was able to teach you guys this, break it down for you, and you're getting it. And you will take my advice as to how I said to live it as well. Because that's what you have to do with these cards, and able for you to be able to not necessarily master them, but to know them. And when I was starting, I didn't believe that. I thought that I had to rush and learn and rush and learn. And it wasn't the case. These cards, they gonna take you through the cycle of life. Through, it doesn't matter how intense you study them. If you don't encounter these people, you're not gonna be able to really say that I know how who you are. I know how you feel about him or her. It just is easier if you let the material kind of sink into you, and then go through them. And then you're going to get to a certain point and you're going to be like, damn, I know these cards. I know the meanings. And even though we still learning sometimes, because I know that I am as well. There's combos all over the place. Sometimes it takes us longer because we're not as advanced as we are to be able to break things down. And that's fine, because it's not about being perfect. It's about being accurate. And that takes practice, and that takes time. That this is basically what it is. You gotta practice, you gotta study, you gotta get into that zone sometimes, if it's just for you to meditate with your cards. Like I said, for those ones who are just stepping in, or even for the ones that's been doing this, pick up your cards every now and then and just go through your meanings. and see that if your meanings are still making sense to you. Number wise, astrology wise, life wise, just in every angle. You just don't know it all. Guys, I gotta go. Please visit my website at www.odan, ODAN, La, LA, Rouge, ROUGE.com to see who I am, what I do, what am I about. Visit my channel, Odan La Rouge Mystic channel. Subscribe so you can be where I'm at right now. So if you're learning or you need to, you could always go back to the videos, or you could be caught up to where I am, because it's not always going to be about cards. We're going to get into candles. We're going to get into lamps, oils, herbs. This is what it's going to be about. It's going to be about different, I don't like to say spells, but it's going to be about different jobs that we can do in different situations like that. So guys, thank you for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have yourself a blessed day and a great day. And once again, no bashing, please. Leave me a message. Tell me how you feel, or tell me how you want me to improve in something, or if I'm doing this clear, I would like to hear how you feel about it. But I'm going to tell you now, please don't use my channel to leave nastiness going back and forth on my page with other people who may have replied about stuff. I'm going to report you. I'm gonna contact YouTube, and I'm gonna tell them, because it's just, that's not what this is here for. I don't want it. I'm not looking for it, and I don't deserve it. Have yourself a lovely evening, a lovely day, and be blessed. Who gone, Chris? See you guys soon.